Welcome to the Dating After Divorce podcast. I'm your host, Shade Curry, and I believe every divorced woman deserves a romantic relationship where she feels safe, loved, and cherished. You can create the most amazing life after divorce, and I will teach you how. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Dating After Divorce podcast. It is Shade Curry, your host. I am here to just make a quick announcement. A couple of weeks ago, I had announced that I was going to do a workshop on texting on online apps or texting someone after you have exchanged numbers or if you've been introduced, so that you can actually have conversations that could potentially lead to a match or to a relationship. And I know I have heard from so many of you about how frustrating texting is, how frustrating messaging on the dating apps is. And so I've had just this desire to solve this problem because it is actually a simple fix when you have the right mindset and the right philosophy behind it. So I am running a workshop on the 28th of April. This podcast announcement is going out on the 27th. So the webinar is tomorrow. For those of you listening on the 28th or after I have run the workshop, go ahead and still sign up in the link that will be in the show notes, and you will receive the replay. So it's the same process to sign up to come into the workshop live as it is to get the replay if you are hearing this announcement after the date has passed. I'm announcing this April 27th, 2023. So the replay will be available to you, so you will not miss out at all. Now, details of what the workshop is about. It is titled, I've given it a really long title, The 7 Text Messages That Will Help You Get 1 to 2 in-person dates every week so that you can meet your forever partner in 6 months or less. And you will do this without chasing, settling, or wasting time with non-committal men. And I really thought this through, going through kind of like the work I've done with my clients and how they get to the point where they are actually in a relationship in 4 to 6 months of working with me. And so a lot of the work I've been doing now is kind of reviewing sort of like the things that my clients have done, the ones who did it in the shortest amount of time, and pulling out the things they did. How did they do it? My fastest client did it in 2 weeks. But I want to just say that the average of my fastest clients do this in 4 months of working with me. And one of the things that I noticed is those clients very early on mastered the art of communicating really well in a way that was very effective on the dating apps. And so I have pulled all of these things out, and I will be covering them in the workshop tomorrow. Here's what we are going to cover: the 7 big myths about conversations on dating apps. We have a lot of like narratives going on, and there are a lot of things that we assume about what's happening when you are conversing on an app and you are texting. There are a lot of myths that are making the process frustrating and making it hard to move forward. So I'm going to cover those. I'm going to give you 7 text messages that you can send, like literally the words that you can send. And of course, you'll be able to customize them for yourself. But even if you use them as is, they will make your online conversations easy and fun. I have some questions in there or some texts that you can send that help you weed out the pen pals, the time wasters, the toxic guys, like all of those guys that you're tired of conversing with. These texts help you weed them out. I literally teach you how to qualify these men. A lot of the dating coaches, not all of them, just a few, because when I'm saying dating coaches, I'm thinking of the ones I followed years ago when I was trying to figure all of this out. And I did download some texts from some dating coaches online, and I used the texts. The philosophy behind a lot of those other texts is, hey, this is how to flirt on a dating app. Right? And so when I use the text, and I'm going to tell this story on the workshop tomorrow, I'm not going to go into it. When I use those texts to flirt on the app, the results were disastrous because one thing was missing, which is the thing I'm going to be teaching you on this webinar. They did not teach me how to qualify the men before I started flirting. So I was flirting with all kinds of yahoos on the apps. Thankfully, not for very long because I figured out it wasn't working very quickly. So what I do with the verbiage and the communication that I teach my clients is to teach you how to qualify. So I'm going to give you questions. I have like 3 to 4 questions that you'll use to qualify the men when you first match with them. So you know if it's even worth your time investing or flirting or being friendly or continuing the conversation. Okay. And then, so a few more things I'm going to cover on this workshop. The reason you keep attracting the wrong men on the apps and how to fix it quickly and once and for all. Your profile, the way you text, what you send, attract certain men. And I'm going to cover that, and so that you can change that and start attracting the men that you want. And then I have a special bonus, which is an 8th text that you can use to get the second date after you've gone on the first date. I hear from a lot of women that, I went on this first date. I go on a lot of first dates, but then they never materialize into a second date. So I have a bonus 8th text that I'm going to show you that will get you that second date. So I would love, love, love for you to join me live if you hear this announcement before the 28th of April, 2023. And I would love, love, love for you to watch the replay and take these texts and try them out and let me know what you think, because I am 100% confident that they work because I've just used them with my clients over and over. This is going to be so useful if you experience dating anxiety, texting anxiety, if you freeze up or overthink the texts that you send, if you find yourself in these like boring conversations, you're pulling teeth, if you get caught off guard by like overly sexual, overly flirty messages. And then sometimes if you're in these like long going conversations that go on for weeks and weeks that never lead to a first date, I have one of the texts in there that will get you that first date if the conversation is going on and nobody is making a move, and you would be able to do it without chasing the guy. So I want you to take advantage of this workshop either by joining me live tomorrow or by watching the replay afterwards. The link to sign up for the webinar and the replay will be in the show notes of this episode. So take a minute to click on your app that you're listening to this on and look at the show notes and click on the link, put in your name, put in your email address, and you will be signed up for the webinar and signed up to receive the replay afterwards. I really, really hope you will do that. I hope to see you live. I would love to see your beautiful faces on Zoom, or hear from you after you have watched the replay to see what you did with the texts and how they worked for you. All right. Thank you for your time and attention, and I will see you next time. Thanks for listening today. If you are ready to get married after divorce, I want to invite you to download my free 8-video training specifically designed to help divorced women date with ease and get married again. Head over to shadecurry.com to get started. That's SADECURRY.com. I'll see you inside.